Well, good morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel again. Well, the work moves slowly on with the Star Cruiser. Yes, I'm still working on it. It's not completed yet, and we're getting to the stage now where obviously all modelers kind of dread. It's that dread where you're slowly making progress because you're adding bits and pieces to it, but it's getting slower and slower and slower, and I really want this to finish soon because I want to move on to other things. Um, so, in order to refresh my palate and, so to speak, take a little break before going back to it, because sometimes I think you need to do that, as I've said before. You can't keep working on something all the time, you've got to give it a bit of a rest. I have taken a little time out, and I want to show you something that I've been developing. And it's this, my ornicopter, or rather rotary copter, whatever you want to call it. Now remember, I showed you before I had bought or found this Batman copter, broken Batman copter toy. Well, I've done, as you can see, I've done quite a lot to it. These and this bit is from an old Matchbox rotary kind of helicopter toy, drone toy, which I found in a car boot sale some time ago. I've chopped it up and stuck it onto the Batcopter. These are from a Defiant, USS Defiant from Star Trek, a Star Trek model on both sides. Hang on a second, I'll just turn it round. You can see on that side as well. And underneath, hang on, I'll show you. I can pick it up actually and show you underneath. Underneath is another Star Wars toy. This, I think, from the Star Wars, the A-Wing, I think it's called the A. No, yes, the A-Wing. That's right. Chopped up and put underneath. Now, the nice thing about this toy, the bit underneath, is that you see it comes with its own landing gear, which I can retract as well, so I can have the whole thing actually sitting on the ground, and the shape looks pretty awesome, I think, for a kind of attack helicopter, which is the idea that I wanted in the first place. So yes, it's very crudely put together, rather like the my build, which I did over the Christmas of my speeder bike. The build here came together very quickly because all the parts that I thought that were going to work actually did work first time. It all came together and it worked first time. So happy with that. As you can see, that the top opens, the cockpit opens, and I can create a cockpit inside using a little figure. There's the figure inside, and it works quite well. I'll obviously have to build it all out. A lot of more work to do on this, of course. It's just this is just the first bit, but yeah, it's all working quite. It all works together, and I'm pleased with how it looks. So yes, a lot of more work to do on it, but I wanted to start it just as I said, to clear the palette, so that I could then go back, which I'm going to go back now, and finish this off. I have to finish it off because I've got so far with it, and I really need to finish off the ship. So the rest of the video will be, hopefully by the end of the video, I can show you how the ship has developed and be finished with my first coat of actual paint on it, which will look nice. I'll just show this in flight, actually, with in flight mode. See, with the wheels retracted, with the back undercarriage retracted, it looks quite good in flight mode as well. So I might actually have it on a stand where you can see it in flight mode as well as with the thing retracted. But we'll have a look at that later on. Yes, so I will finish this off now, and my Star Cruiser. Finish the Star Cruiser off, and then I'll either carry on with this, or well, we'll see. I'll decide what I want to do after that. But I wanted to show you this because I needed the break. I needed the break to do something quick and dirty, so to speak, in order to, as I say, get the creative juices flowing again. Right, onward and upwards. Let's go on with the Star Cruiser. Right then, moving on. what I've done is I have continued to fabricate the back area. As you can see, I've filled it in more with more detailing. Yes, I know I've covered up some of the work that I've already done, but as I explained earlier, I wasn't happy with the look, what the back area was looking like. It was looking a bit too what's the word I'm looking for? Makeshift, I suppose. Bit too jigsawy like. Looked amateur. That's what I'm looking for. Looked amateur. So I've filled in the back area to make it look a bit more in line with the rest of it, to make it more homogeneous. Yes, to look so the thing merges better. Um, there's going to be some more areas now to fill, but I'm happy with the back as well. This back area here has a kind of very vague looking Battlestar Galactica feel to it at the back there, which is quite interesting. I hadn't intended that, but it's yeah, some motifs from the Battlestar Galactica engine area, which is sort of coming into play there. But yeah, happy with that. So that's looking better now. I'm going to start detailing down here. There's more detailing in that area that needs to be done, but I have covered in some of the areas around here, around the entrances down here has been filled in. So now that's looking better, and around the top area as well. I'm beginning to develop the top, the conning tower a bit better now as well. So yeah, so onward we go. I'll just turn it around and you can see the other side. It's got a nice profile from the back as well, which I think is working quite nicely as well. So that's coming around there, and the engine mounts, and then round to the other side as well, like that. There we are, on this side as well. So yeah, yeah, I don't want to now grow anything more outwards. It's more now the little detailing into the panels, getting more refined into the panels, so that if I pull focus or going closer, the detailing sort of like starts to come up, spring up into your face, so to speak. But yeah, there you go. So more detailing there done. Onward and upward. Let's continue with the detailing. We are getting there. It's developing. It's going to slowly get there. I obviously need to sort of start filling in holes as well. But oh yes, and on the back here, as you can see, I've actually put some shielding. The shielding that was hidden underneath has now been put onto the engine mounts. Right. Okay. Onward we go. Let's see how far we can get it. Okay, onward and upward. We're very nearly there now. I'm getting really close to the end. I have readjusted some of the detailing around that area there, so happy with that. And on the other side too, which looks more or less the same. And I have been just filling in with putty and filler around around here as well. So we are getting very close to the end now, where I can then start applying the major coat of colour to it. But yes, it's just very nearly there, very nearly there. I had a bit of a major upset, however, halfway through the afternoon. The stand broke away from the retaining nut just there, and I thought the whole thing was going to crumble. So I've had to spend a good part of the afternoon repairing that area, which means that I've taken that part there off and then redone that, and the upshot of that is that it's wobbly and it won't stay upright. It wobbles back like that, you see, put it up there and it wobbles back. So what I might do is, in fact what I'm going to have to do, I think, is when it's finally completed, glue it onto the stand so it never comes off again, so at least it glues into an upright position. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit disappointed because I'd like to have taken the model off the stand at some point, but I think it's only going to be a display model, so I guess I can get away with gluing it onto the stand and keeping it fixed onto the stand. But on the whole, it's looking, yeah, it's looking okay. So as I say, very nearly completed now on the detailing, and now I'm going to start applying the major colour. Now I've received a comment on my video on my site, talking about the fact that many ships these days, many kits these days are incredibly expensive, and that got me to thinking about this particular ship itself. Now, I won't pretend that, of course, I'm a great model maker. I'm just an amateur doing the best I can. But if I were to buy this kit, let's say that this was an actual model of an actual ship, and someone had taken the courage, the time and place to create this as a garage kit, I suspect that such a kit, especially with the size that it is, would cost upward of around what, $350 to $400, perhaps even more. I'm talking about what, £300 in online. Whereas by utilizing scratch building techniques and creating this from junk, I reckon this ship has only cost about £40, $35, $37 at the most. I would say really, let's say the most amount would be $60. $60, double that. $60 or £50 to create this scratch built ship. And I'm talking about getting all the pieces together, perhaps buying a few online, all the materials, the glue, the wood, um, everything at all would be about £50. So you can see straight away, I guess, that you needn't, if you're on a limited budget, you needn't spend an awful lot of money creating what I would say is good quality stuff. Anyway, end of that ramble. Onward and upward. Let's get on with the final part of this, and hopefully I can get this finished as soon as I can. Right, onward and upward. Let's go. Right, well, it's Sunday evening, and once again, I've overestimated how long or rather underestimated how long it's going to take me to add detailing and bits and pieces to the Star Cruiser, and once again, I've run out of time this Sunday before I have to go back to work the following day, Monday, tomorrow. However, I have been able to continue with the detailing, and I think from this angle you can see that I really have been putting in the bits and pieces and the greeblies that will add detail to the ship. Yes, I haven't been able to put my coat of my prime coat on. I mean, I've got the primer on, but I haven't been able to put my top coat on yet. But the detailing continues apace, and especially around the conning tower, as you can see, we've developed stuff there. And I'll turn the ship round in a minute, and you can see from the other side, and along there, along the middle, and down into the bottom tower, and adding small details onto the paneling to bring out some of those shapes there. So yeah, but it's a long slog because obviously I'm fastidious. I like to take my time, and I like to decide on placement, and placing things takes its time and takes its toll. But we're getting there. We're getting there. That's the tower again. I'll turn the ship round, and you can have a look at the other side as well. And from this angle, you can see that it's looking okay. As I say, the conning tower looks much better, and the middle part is beginning to pop quite nicely. And again, with all the other bits and pieces, other little greeblies that have been put into place, especially along the engine section at the top as well. That's coming together, coming into place as well. Yes, but as I say, I have now kind of run out of time on this particular build. Well, at least this weekend. I haven't finished the build yet. Don't worry, I'm still getting onto it. But I think all the major filling in the bits has been done. I've still got to look at those bits up there, so there, and of course along here, this area here is underdeveloped and we need looking at. So I should think another couple of days on this before I can finally start putting in the top coat and I can call it finished. But I am constrained by time. I'm constraining myself on the amount of detail and greeblies that I want to put into it, because as I said before, less is more, and I don't want to overdo it. And there's going to come a tipping point where there is a danger that I could sort of overdo the detailing and it starts to grow out of control. So I'm going to call it a day for now this weekend. Right. Now, as I've said before, I'm going to be spending a little less time up here in my loft because, of course, of work. So I might only be posting once or even twice a month. That's probably as much as I can do at the moment because of work commitments. But it'll keep you guessing about what I'm going to be doing and hopefully fill you with anticipation about what the next build is going to be like and what the new post is going to look like. So once again, guys, I really thank you so much for your commitment to this channel and for subscribing. And tell your friends, and hopefully, I'll get some more subscribers and be able to build up more of a channel because of it. But we'll continue with this, and I'm hoping by the next posting, it'll be actually covered with the initial top coat. And then I think we'll be coming back to the ornicopter there. I think that as regards to the figure inside of it, I have decided that it's too big, the figure's too big, and I might look at smaller figures to put inside the ornicopter, thus increasing the scale of the ornicopter in one way and making this a kind of two-man attack copter. Rather like, obviously, it's beginning to resemble very much like the thing that we saw in the film Avatar. So yes, I think that's what the next project will be. And of course, we've still got this ship to start, which I haven't started yet, but I've got some ideas along that line. Okay, so yeah, that's the next. I think one of the next big projects to go, as well as this one as well, which is my version of the blockade runner, although it's not really going to be the blockade runner, it's going to be another sort of Star Wars corvette in the long run. So that's another work in progress. And one other thing to show you is this thing here, which I've been, as you know, debating over what I can do with it, and I suddenly got the idea that I might, this might be the basis for a steampunk or diesel punk time machine. So like a big generating motor at the front and some kind of platform up here as a kind of diesel punk time machine, as if the novel The Time Machine by H.G. Wells wasn't set in the Victorian age, it was set in the 1930s. So I don't know, there's an idea, a possibility, but that's sometime in the future. So alright guys, it won't be long before we meet again, in a week or two, and I will be able to show you the finished result of my Star Cruiser, which is finally almost 99% done now. But thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, give us a like and a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good week, have a good couple of weeks, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye now.